Yeah, we don't use this. Yeah, it would be too much trouble to go over there, get the torch, just so I can come back here and try to climb here without putting the torch down. Yeah, it's too much trouble. Let's just spam an arrow and there. One arrow isn't enough. Great. Yeah, I don't care. Let's go. I was sure there was a chest here. Wasn't there a chest around here? I was sure there was a chest here. Here, yeah. I thought there was a frozen chest. More arrows. Let's see if the Ome is up there on the top. Okay. Ah, he is here. I enjoy gazing out at the world from here. A breathtaking view. Well, it's not really cold. It's maybe the best place to get a full view of the entire plateau. Use your scope to look for shrines. When you locate one, place a pin on your map as a marker. I found the remaining shrines. Oh, fantastic. Just one more until you can have my paraglider. Flint. And there. Okay, I think here is a good place too. Much faster. Oh. I'm avoiding single bokoblins and now I try to fight 3 at once. Yeah, this is what I said. I've been used to have good weapons and a lot of armor and instant kill arrows for quite a while. Okay, just you and me. Oh, perfect, perfect, go there. Oh, even I got burned. Seared steak. Raw meat cooked over an open flame. Cooking it has increased its flavor and the number of hearts it provides. I don't want to recover health because it will be recovered when I get the last spiritual orb. But there are tiny guardians here. And I'm not prepared. Man, this must be really lame after watching those speedrunners. You set foot in shrine, I am Kenamut. In the name of the goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. Cryonis. Sheikah authenticated this tiny morning. Cryonis. Create a pillar of ice from a water's surface. Build ice pillars that are very stable. These pillars can be used as stepping stones or as obstacles. Use Cryonis on a nice pillar to break it. Well, it saw me already. Alright, now I'm gonna try to... Okay, I can make another one there. They saw me. Let's try. Does it help to make that? No. Here, spring, okay. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Simple shield jump. Traveler Spear. A spear used mainly by travelers to fend off wolves and other beasts. It's easy to hold and simple to use. The one of courage. You recover help. And the gods smile upon you.
Oh!
Yeah, where he jumped from. With this, you have now acquired all of the spirit orbs from the shrines on this plateau. Extraordinary. That means it's finally time. Link, it is finally time for me to tell you everything. But first, how do you know my name? Imagine an X on your map, with the 4 shrines as the endpoints. Find the spot where those lines intersect. I shall wait for you there. And he's pointing at it already. You understand? Where 2 lines connect, the shrines would cross. Oh, I haven't killed a Chuchu yet. Oh, this should work on them. They are made of water. Ish. Yeah. Chuchu jelly. A gelatinous substance that came from a chuchu. It's unusable in this stage, but applying a bit of elemental stimulation will change its form. Ancient Scroll. A scroll used in ancient machinery. It's made of an unknown material, and no matter how many times it's earned, its threads never seem to show signs of wear. Ancient Shaft. Machine part used in ancient machinery. It's incredibly sturdy and it's not made of any recognizable material. It may come in handy someday. There. Well, life would be very helpful. But it's really annoying to have such a small stamina bar. Oh, come on. I use? Oh. There's very much stuff in pots in this game. Oh, it's here. I know there's a bow upstairs. I think there was a bow. I see this is such a reconstruction that, I mean, the drop time will be around here, but there will be another chamber for the Master Sword that isn't present here. You who have conquered the shrines and claimed their spirit orbs, I can offer you great power. It appears you have claimed 4 spirit orbs. In exchange of 4 spirit orbs, I will amplify your being. So tell me, what it is that you desire? I think I prefer the stamina vest at the moment. You wish to expand your stamina wheel? Yes. I shall grant the power you seek. Stamina vessel. The size of your stamina wheel has been increased, allowing you to perform more actions before getting tired. Go and bring peace to Hyrule.
Ho!
The blessing of the goddess has made you that much more resilient, I see. Here I am. Get up here quickly. And the easiest way is through here.
Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Rome Bosphoramos Hyrule. I was the last leader of Hyrule, a kingdom which no longer exists. The Great Calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, lo, a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me. I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago. To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age long past. The Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales. But there was also a prophecy. The signs of a resurrection of Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant beneath the ground. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands of our distant ancestors. These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously. This coincided with ancient legends, oft repeated throughout our land. We also learned of a princess with a sacred power, and her appointed knight, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. It was they who sealed Ganon away using the power of these ancient relics. 100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power and a skilled knight at her side. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path. We selected 4 skilled individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With the princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champions, a name that would solidify their unique bond. The princess, her appointed knight, and the rest of the champions were on the brink of sealing away Ganon. But nay. Ganon was cunning, and he responded with a plan beyond our imagining. He appeared from deep below Hyrule Castle, seized control of the Guardians and the Divine Beasts, and turned them against us. The champions lost their lives, those residing in the castle as well. The appointed knight, gravely wounded, collapsed while defending the princess. And thus, the kingdom of Hyrule was devastated absolutely by Calamity Ganon. However, the princess survived to face Ganon alone.
Link, you are our final hope. The fate of Hyrule rests with you.
That princess was my own daughter, my dear Zelda. And the courageous knight who protected her right up to the very end. That knight was none other than you, Link. You fought valiantly when your fate took an unfortunate turn. And then, you were taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Here you now stand, revitalized 100 years later. The words of guidance you have been hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help. However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens, Ganon will freely regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link. But I am powerless here. You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to annihilate Ganon. Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. I suggest that you make your way east out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There you will find the elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. Make your way past the twin summits of the Dueling Peaks. From there, follow the road as it proceeds north.
Go on. Here's the paraglider, just as I promised. An item that you received from the king on the Great Plateau. It allows you to sail through the sky, press X while you're in air to use. Isolated Plateau complete. With that, you should be able to safely fly off the cliffs surrounding this area. And I think that's it. I've told you everything I can. Link, you must save Hyrule. Let's try Ganon. Simple. Soldier's Bowl. A bow designed for armed conflict. Inflicts more damage than a civilian bow, but it will still burn if it touches fire. More damage than a civilian bow. The kind people just use in day-to-day life against each other. Wow. I think I'll get you to the next tower. Do they have a chest over there? Now let's go. Oh, damn. That was my last one. Spiked Boko Bow. An upgraded Boko Bow bound with animal bone to boost its durability and firepower. Its craftsmanship is sloppy, but it's light and easy to use. And what is here? Nice broadsword. Knights of Hyrule once carried this sword. These days, it's the weapon of choice for seasoned adventurers thanks to its ease of use and high attack power. Oh, since I'm here, let's get Misko's diary. Was this book always here? First page. I hid the 8 priceless relics I stole from Hyrule Castle in treasure chests. I shall write down their locations. Misko. The ancient mask lies in the ruins where soldiers gathered. From there, the waters of Lake Colomo are visible. The green garments of the man who wished to be a fairy are hidden in the ruins of Hyrule Field. Find these pieces at the ruins where trade flourished, at the ruins where sinners were imprisoned, and at the village ruins next to the farmland where many people once gathered. The Princess of Twilight, whose stories are handed down alongside those of the Hero of Twilight. Why Princess of Twilight doesn't start with caps, but Hero of Twilight does? Her helmet can be found at the temple ruins soaked in the water of the Regencia River. Armor worn by fierce phantoms, feared even by heroes, is hidden in the ruins of Hyrule Field. Find these pieces at a battleground where brave souls once tested their skills, at ceremonial grounds where royal guards are honored, and at the ruins where the soldiers of Hyrule gathered. EX is always written on the last page. What could this mean? Oh. Another one. Spear, but I think it may have a lower durability. Oh, what's this one? Ah, the winged one. To set for the shrine, I am Boshkala. In the name of the goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. Yeah, so the first one you usually find is the one that teaches you how to use the glider. Oh, seriously, that's not harsh. Okay, but now... No, not gonna work. No! Ah. Let's try again. Oh, come on. It's not such a tricky timing. No. Oh, well, I stole this from Bokoblins. Can I climb that? Kinda. travel safer. It's probably on a weapon. The traveler search and keeping for the boy in Hateno. I hope it's the first weapon he has to see. It will make sense for it to be. Charles Vanessa, calm space tripod. He's just thoughtful, looking at the ring. He just got tired of waiting for Link. And the gods smile upon you. This one seems really bored. But it's dead now. Oh, yeah. Strange mask clones. Importation levels. They don't cross bridges like the Headless Horseman. Okay, come on. Yes, that's as well. That is, I think, the only part of the DLC that I never did. The Xenoblade armor. Regal. If you climb here... Hey, don't be rash. I'm young, but you are even younger. I'm trying my best out here, but I get the feeling you are going to end up trying even harder in this world. That's the feeling I get when I look at your face. But maybe I'm nuts. Now calm down and climb off the wall. And don't climb down that way. Climb down this way. Like this way. There. Ah, that one. There's a black one there. Soldier shield. A shield once used by guards of Hyrule Castle. It's easy to handle, but its core is made of wood, so it can catch fire. Boko Bow. Basic bokoblin bow made of wood. It's made by taking any tree branch and just tying a string to either end. So don't expect much in the way of combat effectiveness. Okay. Oh. Keys eyeball. A rare material dropped by a defeated keys. It's fun to look at, but it doesn't seem to have much use at first glance. But it must be good for something. Oh! Blue Nightshade, a plane that glows in quieter areas of Hyrule. At night, it gives off a soft glow. Cultivate it to increase your stealth. There. What's the book voice here? First page. I hid the 6 priceless relics I stole from Hyrule Castle in treasure chests. I shall write down their locations. Misko. The traveling merchant's hood is in the right hand of the dragon that consumes the spring of courage at Dracozo Lake. The blue garb of the hero who controlled the wind and traveled the ocean is where the Menoat River was born. The helm of the self-proclaimed King of Shadows is in the swamp of the Valley of Dead Tree, south of the Dueling Peaks. The evil spirit's armor set is hidden within Faron's Sea of Trees. The first of these pieces at the highest of three waterfalls north of Lake Floria, at the bridge between small waterfalls over Lake Floria, and at the broken stone bridge of Ebar Forest. EX2 is always written on the last page. What could this be? Oh, I don't want to fight all these alphas now. Fleet Lotus Seeds. The plant that bears the seeds grows near deep water. The roots draw nutrients from water, which boosts your movement speed when the seeds are cooked into a dish. Common arrows. Oh, okay. There. There's one here. Silent Shroom, a strange mushroom that glows softly in the forest at night. Cooking it into a dish unlocks the nutrients on in its cap, resulting in a meal that will allow you to move stealthily. Topaz. This precious yellow gem contains the power of electricity. It's been known to fetch a high price since ancient times. Okay. On your head. Iron Shroom. The cap of this mushroom is very hard. Use it when cooking to prepare a dish that increases your defense. I wanna sell those. So yeah, all of them. I don't care. Yeah, I need to buy clothes afterwards and stuff. I'm not sure. Hey there, are you planning on going with my axe? It's okay, you can have it. Sorry for hurling at you like that. It's just the times we live in. No one's gonna get mad if you pick up something that's just laying around. If something is important to someone, they wouldn't let it out like other sight. And I just go to that tower. Oh, let's fish. Sneaky river snail. This large, glow-in-the-dark snail lives in fresh waters, and when cooked into a dish, it heightens your senses so you can move about softly. Stemnock bass. This harrow bass got to be the biggest fish by never getting caught until now. Its long life results in a cooked dish that will restore a lot of stamina. There. Okay. scanning area. Oh yeah, now I have a new ability for my slates. Original mapping strategies. Sheikah Slate updated. Additional functionality detected. Sheikah Sensor. Searching for shrines. The sensor reacts when you are close to shrines that you have not yet visited. If you head in the direction where the direction is strongest, you should be able to find the shrine. You can enable or disable Sheikah Sensor if you want. Map screen. Okay. This still works with the Pro HUD, right? With the beeping sound. Sheikah Sensor now operational. Okay. The sensor indicator has been placed near the minimap. Search for shrines by moving in the direction with the strongest signal.